Hi everybody, this is Sherry and I am doing a video response to, excuse me, I'm trying to get in where I can reach my camera and my computer at the same time. Sybil B's birthday birthday bash giveaway. And I'm doing a video response to it. I'm like, I'm tired guys, my hat's a mess here, what's the deal? But I'm trying to do a video response to that. So I'm going to start by answering the questions. Yes, I'm covered up, I'm warm, or I'm cold, and can't seem to get warm, and plus I'm a hat person. I had to go out today, so I still have my hat on because I had hat hair. And but the first one was, what is a standout memory of 2014 for you? 2014 was, it really had its ups and downs for me this year. The most amazing thing that happened this year was that God blessed our family with our first grandchild. His name is Azrael James Wolfe, and he is perfect. 10 little fingers, 10 little toes, and I stayed with them for about 3 weeks. They had some problems. The week before he was due, they couldn't find his heartbeat. My son called in hysterics and, you know, please come down, Mom, I need you down now. Well, by the time I got about halfway, they'd gotten him to the hospital and everything was fine. They found his heart rate, his heartbeat, and he was okay. But I was already halfway there. I was gone. Then he was due on the 23rd. We went to the doctor's. She had an appointment at the doctor's on the 24th, on Christmas Eve. And they told us that she was not progressing, to call on Friday the 26th, and that they would set up a time for her to come in on Monday to induce her. So by the time we got out of there, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we hadn't gotten anything started for our Christmas Eve dinner. So we decided we'd do Christmas Day dinner. And I woke up at 4 in the morning. My family, this was one of the hard parts. First time in my life that I wasn't with my children on Christmas Day. And Danae called and said that Mariah and Jesse had got up at 4. She texted, so I called, that they were awake. And so I got to talk to them, and I thought, well, that's weird. Why would Zachary and Marquette be up at 4 o'clock in the morning? So I got up and I went out into the kitchen, and Marquette was in labor. So we timed her stuff and everything and went to the hospital, and they said, nope, she's not doing anything, go back home. So we went back home, and at about 5:30 that evening, we're like, okay, now they're 3 minutes apart, and they're steady 3 minutes apart, we're heading back. And so we headed back to the car, or to the hospital. And Zachary, he was so excited and he was so nervous that he went to get in the car, and he's like, okay, let's go. And he gets ready to pull the gear shift down into drive. And I'm like, Zachary, stop. You might want to wait for Marquette to get in the car. She was standing out, holding onto the door. She was having a contraction, and he was ready to pull off without her. It was something, and it was wonderful. I got to be in there with them, but it ended up that the baby was too big, and they ended up doing a cesarean, so I didn't get to see him actually come into the world. But both of my children were born C-section, and they let me ask questions, and the nurses were really nice, and they answered all my questions, and I even got to see, you know, part of his head as he was, I mean, this is how close she was. And so it was really neat. And Zachary brings him into me, and he puts him in my arms, and he was just perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it was an amazing experience to get to be in there with her and Zach, excuse me, while they, you know, got ready to bring Azrael into the world. So that was definitely, you know, my standout memory, one of them. You know, I had a heart attack in 2014, which I don't ever want to do that again. That really stunk. And I've been having some severe health problems. And to be honest, I put things off because my little girl, and y'all have seen Mariah in my videos or seen her picture on my little, you know, YouTube block picture thing there. She has to have open heart surgery, which she was supposed to have next Tuesday, but she's sick, so they postponed it to February 10th. And so I postponed a lot of dealing with some of my health issues so that I could take care of my baby. And so 2014 was not good, and 2015 isn't starting out real good. But I know that it's nothing that my God can't get me through. My God is an awesome God. He's a big God, and He is going to get us through all of this. But I have Crohn's disease and a brain tumor that are triggered by stress. So when I get stressed, I get very sick. So as you can imagine, I've been pretty sick lately. But so if you just pray for me, I would appreciate that, you know, and pray for Mariah. And I am going to do another video later on when it gets closer to the time of her surgery, asking you all to do some get well cards for her. But I'll take care of that video later on. Share something about yourself. Well, one thing, there's a couple of things. And I'll go right here. Just 1 second, I can get it. Got it. Okay, I'm back. Alright, one thing, I'm like a major fuzzy sock person. I love fuzzy socks. I wear fuzzy socks all year long, and I like to have the little grippy ones because if not, I like go sailing across the house. But I am like a fuzzy sock fanatic, and it is nothing for me when they put them out in the wintertime to like pick up 15 or 20 pairs of fuzzy socks. And then when they bring out the holiday ones, oh my, I go nuts again and get me fuzzy socks. And the other thing is I'm an Eeyore nut. I'm an Eeyore fanatic. I have an addiction to Eeyore. He and I have very similar personalities. It's like, if it's bad and it can happen, it'll happen to us. Okay, there you go. I love fuzzy socks and I'm an Eeyore nut. So those are two things about me. And what would you like to change in your crafting, or what would you like to keep the same? Well, I want to get better at my Copic coloring because I've been really trying to do better with that. And I'm taking a class with Kit and Clouder, and I really like the things that I've learned. And if you look at my stuff, you know, when I got my Copics a year ago and look at it now, there is a big difference. I still have a long way to go because I've been so sick, I've not been able to do the classes. I mean, you do them at your own pace and it's okay, but I've not been able to keep up. And so, you know, I definitely want to get better at my Copic coloring, and I want to find a way to incorporate more of my Cricut pieces and die cutting, things like that, into my card making. My husband is trying to encourage me to sell my cards. to, one, kind of recoup some of the money that I spend on them. But, you know, Marla H. did a video, and it was very easy to encourage her because I believe she's very talented. But, you know, in the same, I can understand her nervousness and trepidation because I feel it myself, you know, and I don't feel that what I do is good enough for someone to buy. And, you know, my husband says that it is, but, you know, it's going to take a lot more than that to get me to step out there. Even after I told her to go ahead and do it, you know, I can understand her fear. So that's what I would like to change, you know, to try to incorporate more of my Cricut and my die cutting things, get better at my Copic coloring, and maybe step out there and try to sell some of the things that I make, which are basically just cards because I really don't do a lot of altering projects and stuff like that. So I think that's it. I don't think there were any more questions. Sybil, I will let you know that February 10th is the day they have Mariah's heart surgery set for, and I'm not sure how long we will be in the hospital. And, you know, so in the event that I do win, I don't know when I would be able to get back to you and let you know that I saw, because I know people usually put a deadline on that, and so I'm trying to give you a heads up that if I were, you know, if random.org were to pick my number, you know, I would have to ask you to kind of give me a little leniency if you could. And if you couldn't because of setting deadlines or you know, staying true to what you know, put down as a deadline, then I would also understand that. But I really wanted to participate. I've participated in all 3 of your challenges for your birthday, and I wasn't going to miss this one. So, thanks for visiting me today, everybody. Can't hardly talk. Thanks for visiting me today, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye.